Hey, what's up, guys? It's Logan from Logan A Bomb Gaming, and I want to talk about the game Hatred. I have a couple of, or I have one video about violence in video games, and then I have another one coming. However, most of you, if you're gamers and you follow gaming trends and you watch gaming journalists, you will, you heard about Hatred pretty much. A really controversial game. You heard about it. And you know what it is. You play as a guy who's kind of twisted and demented, and you basically go around killing innocent people. Pretty much, that's what it is. Because you're tired of the world, and you want to die, and you know when you die, people are going down with you, basically. So that's basically what it is. There's probably a lot more to it, but I want to say that. Alright, well, okay, I'm not going to give you my exact opinion on it just yet. Maybe 5 minutes into the video or 9 minutes into the video, because some of you who are on either side are going to click off before I even state some stuff. So I'm going to state out some facts or points. I'm not going to call them facts because everybody has their own opinion about this. But I'm going to point out some points. Some of them may be facts, some of them may not be facts, but I'm going to point out some key points before I give my full opinion. So basically, violence is in all sorts of media, and violence is human nature. That's not me defending the game whatsoever. Just saying. Do I condone violence? No, I do not condone going into a school, shooting a bunch of people up, going to hospitals, shooting a bunch of people up, going to restaurants, shooting a bunch of people up. I don't condone shooting people up at all. I am absolutely against violence. I'm gonna see like a thing, like a mass shooting on the news, like Columbine, the fucking Clackamas Mall shooting. And, you know, shit like that. Terrorist attacks, basically. I am against it, and it pisses me off. It's fucked up, and it's just like, wow, are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with your circuitry up in your little noggin? Okay. That makes you think that that's okay. There's nothing. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay, there's nothing. If you really want to kill yourself, that even if it's like suicide by cops, like, okay, you can just pull out your gun and shoot it once, and I'm not gonna get into suicide, but you don't fucking kill people. You don't kill other people just because you want your life to end or because you're pissed off. You're a fucked up individual if you think that's okay. I'm just saying. I did a little chuckle there, but not because the thing is funny, but because you are a fucked up individual, and I just can't fathom to believe that people are that fucked up. It blows my fucking mind. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so, but I want to go on and continue talking about Hatred. So, Hatred was originally going to be pulled off of Steam, but then Lord Gavin, praise Gavin, he was like, fuck that, it's a video game, we're putting it on Steam, I don't care what any of you say. Which, I think, okay, this isn't me going pro for the game or going against the game. However, this is me going good because it is freedom of speech, freedom of expression. The game should be allowed to come out, at least in the United States. I understand if other countries, you know, they have restrictions on some stuff like that, then, you know, they can go ahead and they can censor it all they want. That's their business, not mine. So, you know, you're not gonna hear me giving people a bunch of shit over that. Just saying. Anyway, so I watched a couple game journalists talk about the same topic, and I watched Review Tech USA, Alpha Omega Sin, and some small YouTuber called Pyrai, and a couple here and a couple there, and Guns for Hire, or You Always Win, the gun shop, whatever the fuck you know he goes by, whatever you want to call him. I don't care. A lot of you are like, oh my god, you watched him. You know, I started losing credibility because of that. And some of you click it on my video because of Gun Shop. And probably Review Tech USA. Yeah. I don't think, you know, okay, so. And Pyrai, Review Tech USA, and Alpha Omega Sin were for the game coming out. Not because they condone violence, but because they understand it's a fucking video game and that there's no correlation with violence and video games. But Guns for Hire, he was okay, so he wasn't one of those people that were like, guns cause violence, he understands that. He understands. I mean, did I say guns? He understands that games aren't correlated with violence whatsoever. He's not one of those people, and he made that clear in his video. And I respect Gunshop's decision. I love watching his videos. But what he said was, so the gaming industry doesn't need that game to be that controversial because, you know, heavy metal back in the day. This is his point, and I'm not quoting exactly, but I'm loosely quoting and paraphrasing a little bit. So basically what he said was, back in like the 70s and the 80s when heavy metal was the thing, you know, people were saying that it was the cause of violence and it was the devil and blah blah blah. And he's saying, like, you know, he pointed that out, and then he's like, and games are now the source or the scapegoat for people to blame violence on. And he said the gaming industry just doesn't need that. They don't need a game with such controversy, which he's kind of right about it, because, you know, the last thing that you need is a video game that just pushes the limits and, you know, gives the gaming industry even more of a bad rep. However, I kind of have something to say to that, because if this game comes out and there's no escalation of violence, and if somebody, I might actually do it, and they look at violence trends and compares it to the game and then compares it to other points in time, like violence throughout the years, its rise and downfall, you know, how it escalates, you know, how low, you know, when it's in its highs and its lows for the last 20 years, maybe 10 years. And then compare it to when Hatred came out. Just to see kind of if there, because, okay, if Hatred comes out and there's a huge spike in violence, okay, and I mean huge. By huge, I mean massive. Like, to where you could actually sit there and blame video games. I'm not talking like war and shit. I'm talking like crimes, like murders and shit. Just murders, because that's literally, and beating the shit out of people. Just those acts of violence, because that's what the video game is. The video game doesn't condone rape or Grand Theft Auto. Actually, I don't know if it condones Grand Theft Auto. I don't know. I don't think you can get a car, but you know what I mean. It doesn't condone rape. So look at the murder statistics and other acts of violence that don't have anything to do with rape. Just murder and the fact that somebody wants to hurt another human being. Just look at those and compare it, and then, you know, we can really truly decide. Then we can actually start a legit conversation about it, which, you know, I don't believe that violence is correlated with video games whatsoever, and vice versa. I think that's total bullshit. I don't see how anybody can make that a correlation at all, or a thing at all. Anyway. So, I'm going to move on now. And let me just say, I don't know if I said this already, but let me just say, I absolutely understand where people are coming from about this game. It makes sense. I understand. People, you know, they don't like violence, but, you know, if the game doesn't cause violence, I don't see the problem. And Guns for Hire, the gun shop, whatever the fuck you want to call them, made another point that I don't know if I actually agreed with, because he was like, so all of you who are defending it or whatever, saying that violence is violence, he wasn't, you know, talking about people who are going to buy this game. He was talking about people who were like defending it, you know, because violence is violence or whatever. He was sitting there and he said, so what if you could violently rape a woman and you can kill children and babies because, you know, they're all human, and it's violence, it's human nature. He was like, would you be okay with that? And I was like, and in my opinion, like, I don't know, I understand that he kind of brought it up. I don't understand, like, the argument, because it doesn't correlate with Hatred, because in Hatred you're not killing babies and little kids or violently raping women. Yes, I do think violently raping women and killing babies would be extremely fucked up in a video game, and that I don't think should be in a video game, because that is morally fucked up. That, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you were sitting there and just raping the shit out of one, but like Grand Theft Auto, not Grand Theft Auto, but say there was a story, like a video game, and a girl was getting raped, and it showed that. I understand, like, some people will be like, oh my god, but it happens in movies that they show rape. You know what I mean? You show rape in movies. I mean, as long as it's for the sake of the story, and it's not just like the thing where you just go out and rape people. But then again, I understand why people do like they're like, whoa, about hatred, because that's the primary objective, is you're going around killing people. However, it's a form of art, and I actually might buy the game just because I'm curious about it. And I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I wish I could kill people, because I don't get enjoyment out of killing people. I just get enjoyment out of playing games. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to play a game where you kill people. Like, I don't give two shits. I fucking play Forza. You know what I mean? Minecraft, I mean, I guess you kill things or not. It's optional, but you can kill animals. Well, whoo, you know, whatever. I like playing card games. You know what I mean? I like playing Madden 25. One of my favorite games to play. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it just really depends on who you are and, you know, what you're into. But we shouldn't give hatred so much shit when there's so much more media out there which has violence in it. And the thing is that hatred is not a game that kids can access unless their parents buy it for them. So we should let the adults who are adults and can make decisions for themselves able to play the game, because they are allowed to. And I praise Gavin, Lord Gavin, for making the game available on Steam when they wanted to take that shit down. Okay, because I don't agree with it. I mean, okay, I don't condone violence, and I don't agree with taking the game down. I don't think, you know, it's not really a game that I might be into, but I will buy it and play it out of curiosity. I might. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think we should sit there and hate on games because, you know, they're violent. Because, you know what if this is the game that proves that, you know, people aren't violent because of video games? Because what if this game comes out and literally every crime, and I mean not just murder and other like you know, like fights and shit goes down, but what if like rapes and shit like is at an all-time low, but there's this violent game called Hatred that came out, you know what I mean? It was hatred, video games cause violence, hatred, do you know what I mean? So I think, you know, maybe this could be a good thing, but let's not sit there and point fingers at video games because of violence, and let's not sit there and try to stifle creativity because we don't agree with it. Matter of the fact is that it's a game and it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out whether or not, you know, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Whether or not people buy it, though, that's your decision. Like, if you don't want to buy it and you don't agree, if you don't agree with it and you don't like it, don't buy it, because then they're not gonna get your dollar. Vote with your dollars, people. And the people who do like it or want to play it out of curiosity are going to buy it. It is that fucking simple. Okay, but I do understand where people are coming from. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. Thank you for your time. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for supporting my channel. Peace. Have a good one.